Hi everybody, welcome back to Charmed Intuition Tarot. Thank you so much for watching. Tonight's question, we're going to find out what kind of animal spirit you have around you and what their messages are. So we've got 7 piles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Focusing on a crystal or a pile that catches your eye. And we're going to be using my new deck. It's the Higher Intuitions Oracle, and I'll put the Etsy shop below where you can purchase this because it's absolutely gorgeous. And this was actually sent to me by a friend that I made here on YouTube. She didn't send it to me to review or even use in my readings. It was just a gift. And it is absolutely stunning. The guidebook is amazing. I can't wait for you guys to see. The artwork's beautiful. She did the artwork. And she also sent me, speaking of art, is this beautiful resin art piece that I could just stare into for hours. It's absolutely stunning. And on top of that, she sent me 3 charms. So she made these 2 resin charms and then she put an extra one in there. And you guys, when I received this package, I actually started to cry because, you know what, it just reminded me this happening, and all of your comments too just remind me of how much kindness there is still in the world and how many people that just still want to focus on good things and things that are productive and not, be hateful. And 99.9% of the comments are so beautiful. Obviously, you get the odd hate comment, but it just goes to show how many more positive people there are. And it's just awesome. Like, I thank you guys so much. I can't really wrap my head around how much this channel's grown. It's completely mind-boggling, but I am so thankful to each and every one of you for supporting me during this channel, and for the people getting into charms too. Cherry Enchantress actually just posted a video today where she showed her beginning of her charm set. I met another girl named Jen who started doing charms on her channel. I'll link both of those below. But it's just awesome. This community is so awesome, and like helping each other is a lot of fun too. So yes, thank you guys so much for being so awesome and sweet. Me and my mom oftentimes read your comments together, and even she was like, wow, there's so many sweet people. So you guys are awesome. Like, wow, thank you so much. So what I did for today's reading is I took the Spirit Animal Oracle, and for each crystal I shuffled this deck and pulled 1 card for each crystal. Then I looked at what animal it was, and then I tried to find the match in each of these decks. We've got the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit and the Higher Intuitions Oracle. And so that way you have more visuals and we can kind of get more information. And then I'm going to use some decks and just shuffle them right on camera tonight for some further messages about what the animal wants you to know. So what messages they have. So we're going to be using the Tarot Fauna. And this is by Devin Strickler. Artist is Brittany Burkhardt. And the Whispering Woods Oracle. Okay, so yeah, just some extra messages, and then we'll do your tarot cards. Okay, so just to remind you in case you haven't chosen, we'll just quickly go over the crystals here. We've got turquoise, citrine, goldstone, fluorite, rainbow moonstone, strawberry quartz, and tiger's eye. So take your time. I'm going to add the little charms that Jonna sent me into my collection. I've assigned a meaning to each one, so hopefully we'll get one of those tonight. And yeah, take your time. We'll get started with number 1. Hi, group 1. So if you chose the turquoise piece, this message is for you. And let's see what animal you have. So you guys got the Peacock spirit, okay? So we've got, so this one says, let it shine, and this one says, strut your stuff. So let's see what the peacock has to say to you. So you guys have a peacock hanging around you, which is really cool. And of course we'll be doing charms as well, but let's just see. I'm going to pull 3 tarot cards just to see what the peacock wants you to know. Wow, okay. So Group 1, there's a chance that you might not be feeling very confident in yourself, and the peacock wants you to know that it's trying to help you gain a sense of self-confidence in yourself, and it wants to remind you to take time for self-care and for doing things that make you feel beautiful inside and out, okay? So let it shine. It really wants you to express yourself, like whatever it is that you enjoy, like look at this, whatever it is that makes you happy and makes you shine, like let it be known, like be proud of it. And this one says, strut your stuff. So yeah, like it's just reminding you to be confident and allow yourself to shine. You have a lot of inner beauty as well as our outer beauty, okay? So, and people find you attractive, like your personality and the way you look, and you might sort of forget that sometimes. And I get the feeling you're very accepting of others, like you're a very good friend, and you're accepting of other people's flaws and their own personal, things about them. You're very, very accepting. So the peacock sort of just wants you to follow your passion and be yourself. It's just reminding you not to dim your light and like just to fit in, okay? So don't dim your light just to fit in. Let's pull a few oracle cards. Hi. My boyfriend just got home, so okay. I saw him peeking in the window there. Okay, here we go. Okay, teach, time, kindness, and path. Okay, so the peacock wants to remind you to follow your own path. Be yourself, okay? Wander on the path less traveled. What you find might surprise you. So be yourself. Like, don't try to fit in with other people, okay? Keep being kind. I have a feeling you're a very kind person. And you like... Oh, my dog's barking. I'm so sorry, group one. So yeah, it just... be kind to yourself and others, and I think you are. Like, I think you're very accepting of what makes other people unique, and that's something that people really enjoy about you, okay? And teach. This is interesting, because to me, this sort of says, by being yourself, you're going to allow other people to be more comfortable in being themselves too, okay? That's really important. So by you following your passion and following your heart and being proud of what makes you unique, because each peacock feather is different, but altogether it just makes this beautiful, beautiful creature that people are just sort of so attracted to. And that's you, right? Like, everything that makes you unique is what makes people very attracted to you, okay? Time. So give yourself time too, and don't sort of rush yourself into feeling comfortable with yourself. Like, get to know what makes you feel beautiful, okay? Get to know what makes you feel handsome or beautiful, or however you want to be perceived, because you have a lot of inner beauty. You're an excellent friend, okay? And that's because you're so accepting. You're so accepting of what makes others unique. So people really appreciate that. You don't judge. The judgment card sort of says it all. I'm taking judgment as like a literal, like the word judgment in this case, because you don't judge people. And, I think that a lot of people really enjoy these things that make you who you are, and you might not see that sometimes. They're just telling you to be proud, strut your stuff. Okay, let's read the quote for Peacock from Jonna's book here. It says, "Never bend your head, always hold it high. Look the world straight in the eye." And that's a Helen Keller quote, okay? So that's really beautiful, and that's true. That's just like holding your head up like high, being proud of who you are, because you're unique and you're you. And if everyone were the same, and I know like this sounds like something your grandma would say, but if everyone was the same, then how boring would that be, right? And everyone's idea of beauty is going to differ. And there's that one quote, here I go with my quotes, but Christmas lights are beautiful and flowers are beautiful, but they look nothing alike. So just because you don't look like somebody that you find beautiful doesn't mean you're not beautiful. It just means you don't look exactly like them. Like, there's all sorts of things that make people beautiful or attractive or handsome, or just be yourself. This is what the peacock wants you to know, okay? Let's see what the charms have to say. Okay, I'm gonna try not to pull too many charms. I sometimes pull so many. Oh, look, this is the one that Jonna made me. Okay, so the meaning that I applied to this one was kindness, because Jonna was so kind to send me this. So, where did that go? I think you pulled, of course I put them back, but you had pulled the kindness card too. So that makes sense. Like, your kindness to yourself too, especially number one, and to others, is really what people find attractive. Your uniqueness, okay? Your optimism, like, it wants you to sort of be proud of these things. Okay, people are very attracted to you. You got the kiss charm, so maybe people like, which makes sense because peacocks are very like, their plumage is what attracts a mate. So maybe the people that like you're interested in also find you very physically attractive too. So just as a side note, okay, like, you're unique and you're creative. Okay, we have an E here in case that's relevant to anybody. That might just be sort of a nod to somebody in particular. Transformation is interesting too, because maybe you're going through some sort of transformation and sort of just coming into your confidence and building confidence now, okay? Okay. Very, very nice. I think there's a lot of people that maybe want to tell you and haven't said how beautiful they find you or how handsome they find you. Okay. And you're unique too. We got the snowflake. So you're unique. Like I was saying, like the things that make you unique and special are beautiful. Like, just remember that. That's what the peacock's trying to say, okay? So the peacock's hanging around trying to remind you of that. So, let it shine. Okay, strut your stuff. Be proud of yourself. Be proud of what makes you unique, because people see you and they find you striking. They find you just like hypnotizing. They just think you are very attractive, and you're kind too, and that's what's most important, because you could be the best looking person on earth, and if you have an unkind heart, most of the time people aren't going to be attracted to that. So you know what, keep being yourself, and also keep remembering to be your kind self, because that's really what enhances your outer beauty. Okay, so group 1, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Hi group 2, so if you chose the citrine, this message is for you. So let's see what animal you have. You got the bee spirit, so you've got some bees buzzing around you. Very cool. So this one says sweet results await, and Jana's deck says get busy. Okay, so let's see what the quote is first. Let's start with the quote for you guys, okay? And then we'll pull your tarot cards. So the happiest people are those who are not too busy. Pardon me, let me restart. The happiest people are those who are too busy to notice whether they are or not, which is so cool. So there's a real sense of keeping busy here with you guys, okay? Let's pull your tarot cards and see what message the bee has for you specifically. Whoa. Too many flew out there. I'm not going to take them. We're just going to keep going. Whoa, okay. So, okay, very cool. So, group 2, the B group. So, we've got a real sense here of procrastination. So, maybe there's something that you've been wanting to do or get finished or start, and you're procrastinating, okay? But it's just telling you that sweet results await, okay? You've got the 9 of Pentacles here, which is, these two meanings are essentially the same, so this makes a lot of sense, okay? So if you just get started and take baby steps on whatever this project or idea is, or just get busy, you're going to be really happy with the outcome, but you might feel just stuck, okay? For some reason, could be other people, could be anything, but you're having trouble getting started. You're feeling a little bit stuck in the situation. You might be having a hard time deciding on what it is that you want to start doing, but you know there's something that you want to do, you just can't really decide here. But it's just telling you to pick a path. Just pick something and get started. Take small steps. Just keep busy, okay? So, just stay focused on this goal. So whatever this is, it could be a hobby, it could be paying off debt, it could be getting a new job, whatever it is, just take baby steps and stay focused on it, okay? Because you can do it. It's just a matter of taking steps in the right direction and just getting started, okay? This is also a sense, like bees, they work in a hive with others. So there's a sense here about working with others, okay? And asking for assistance. And others might help you get motivated too. So that doesn't have to be like in your personal life, but even online. So just sort of watching people or getting involved with people who are motivated. So if it's a fitness goal, watching, fitness videos, if it's a job that you want to do, like just sort of getting help and assistance and opinions from others might help you get started, okay? And even just attempting this project. But it's just reminding you that you can achieve this goal. You can do anything that you see other people doing, you can do too, okay? And it's just sort of reminding you too, not to let the opinion of others distract or annoy you, okay? Because, as you know, bees get quite annoyed. If you bother a bee, they're going to sting you. But as you know, if a bee stings you, then they eventually die, unfortunately. So, don't let other people annoying you or pestering you cause you to, not achieve your goals, because, that's not hurting anyone but yourself. So sort of just, block out other people's opinions that you don't, the ones that are annoying you or bothering you, and just focus on the people that make you happy and support your goals and are encouraging and optimistic, okay? So, very cool, yeah, but stay focused. Sweet results await. So, the results you want and the comfort like the Nine of Pentacles sort of says it all, is waiting for you, okay? But yeah, you're just feeling a little bit stuck right now. You're feeling maybe a little confused on how to get started. Okay, but just pick a path. Like, look, just pick one, because you know what, chances are, if you just get started, it's gonna become clearer. What you want is gonna become a lot clearer, okay? Let's pull you one of the Whispering Woods Oracle cards, and then we will do your charms and see what the bee that's hanging around you. Okay, uncertainty, patience, humility, and okay. So have fun with this goal, okay? Don't make it such a ominous thing to, like, maybe you're sort of overwhelming yourself, okay? And you know, this sort of makes sense, the uncertainty card with this, because yeah, you're not really sure what's going to happen if you follow one path, but again, you can always course correct. You can always change your path down the road if it's not what you want, okay? It is reminding you to be patient with yourself too. Perhaps you're somebody who is all or nothing, so you feel like if you can't get it done this way at this time by this date, you might as well not do it. It's telling you not to do that. Like, be patient, because if you just get started, before you know it, I mean, time passes, and then before you know it, it's a year later and you've accomplished your goal, or a month later, you know what I mean, depending on your goal. So just get started, you know, try to just take one step today or tomorrow. Like, just do one thing that's going to put you in the path towards your goal. Let's see what charms the bee wants you to see. Yeah, you're overwhelmed by choices, but either way, it's win-win, okay? So you've got the gumball machine. So, like, remember when you were a kid and you'd be like, I want the red one, and then you'd get the yellow, but it was still really nice? Like, you can always keep going. You can always keep trying. So just, you know, don't get overwhelmed by choices. We've got a Scorpio and a Cancer, so a lot of you might be water signs, okay? You know, there's that sense of asking for help again, like I said with the bee. So we've got the helping hand. So asking for help from people that inspire you. Okay? Never be afraid to ask for help from people that inspire you. Create. So you can create whatever this is, you can go for it. We have for letters a P and an E. That might be significant to one or two of you. Time. Okay, there's that patience. There's that patience again. So just give it time. I mean, a lot of goals don't get accomplished overnight. They take time, but you know, just starting, just charging forth and just giving it a try is really going to lead you to success, okay? We have, yeah, keep fighting, keep going. Don't get tangled up in your emotions. This is sort of like a flash of information, a new idea, something like a spark of motivation. So that's sort of what you need right now. You just need that little push, and maybe this reading is it. Maybe there's something you've been wanting to do. So the bee right now is just really wanting you to know, like, go do it. Like, you can do it. You can do this. And this is interesting. Look at the bee's picture here. See how this has like little things there, like little, you know what I'm talking about, little machinery pieces there. Like the bobbin sort of is very similar. So there's a lot that goes into your goals, and just getting started is really going to help that sort of manifest, okay? Just starting one thing. This is like a charm just about sort of like sitting down and feeling discouraged or unmotivated. So it's just telling you to know, just like get started, have your goal in mind with the tiger's eye, and be just sort of like persistent, like go for it. And with the sweet results await in the gumball machine, that makes so much sense to me, because like really no matter what, as long as you get started and you go, I think you're going to be happy with the results, okay? For a lot of you, new romance might be in the future, very near future here. Just as a side note, you might be meeting somebody, or maybe you know somebody and things are going to progress. Just as a side note, it's just this extra little message the bee has for you. So, group 2, I hope that resonated. If it did, please leave me a comment. I love your comments so much, and thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Hi, group 3. So if you chose the gold stone, this message is for you. Let's see what animal you got, and then we'll shuffle your cards. We got the lion. So I went through and got each lion out of every deck so you could get more imagery here. And let's read you the quote from Jonna's book here. So, yeah, lion, be strong. Promise me you'll always remember. You're braver than you believe, and stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. A.A. Milne. Very nice. Okay, let's see what your cards have to say. I've been shuffling 3 cards per group, so let's see what they have to say. Oh my gosh. This one flew right out of the deck, so we're going to take it. 5 of shells. Okay. So that would be the 5 of cups. King of shells. And Queen of Wands. Very nice. Let's pull you a few oracle cards. Now, the lion is about strength, right? You think of the lion, you think of bravery and strength. So maybe there's a lion around you right now that maybe you're feeling a little anxious about something. It's just reminding you to be brave and be strong, and that you are strong. Okay, yeah. Strength. Look at that. I mean, how perfect. Okay, so, your lion that's hanging around you wants you to be strong, first and foremost. Okay, you've got strength and you've got the obvious, like, be strong message here. It wants you to be brave. It wants you to sort of pull inside and pull out the strength that's in you, because you've been so strong so far, okay? It wants you to embrace your strength and do things that make you feel strong, both physically and emotionally, okay? With the Forebodance card, I get the feeling like you tend to believe things, like maybe you make yourself anxious and sort of think about how things can go wrong. It wants you to realize that you can handle anything, so you might as well sort of focus on the things that can go right, okay? And it really wants you to be proud of what you've accomplished, okay? Being proud will help you with your self-confidence too, because you've accomplished a lot. I think you've been brave and very strong already, so be proud of that, okay? That is something to be proud of. Being brave and being strong when you're faced up against challenges. Maybe you're facing challenges right now, or you've had challenges in the past. So it's just the lion that's around you just wants you to remind you that you're strong, okay? And when you have moments where you're feeling sort of nervous, maybe really, like, if you really believe that in spirit animals, which I do, ask that lion for help. Imagine that lion beside you. When you're having those moments of fear, imagine that there is a lion beside you, okay? If there's a bully or somebody being rude, just sort of imagine that lion with you, okay? Feel that protection, because they're there and they want you to know that, okay? It's just sort of reminding you too that things will get easier. Things are going to improve too. With the King of Shells, this is also about being in control of your emotions, being in touch with them, but not drowning, okay? Like having both feet on the ground and just not letting your emotions and your fears frighten you, okay? Five of Shells, like with the Forebodance card, I think like did I even read that right? Forebodance. I think I'm saying that right. Feel free to correct me. But, it just says, do not be deterred by the thorn amongst the roses. So not being afraid of things going wrong, because, believing that they'll go right and that you're brave and you're strong and you can overcome any obstacle. So the Five of Shells oftentimes is about not focusing on the good things and focusing on the things that you may have lost, or the things that have happened in the past that weren't so great, okay? So just reminding you, like, you've got this, okay? So Queen of Torches is somebody who accomplishes their goals, is feeling very confident and very brave. It makes a lot of sense. And somebody that inspires others. Be generous of spirit. So this is interesting too, because I think that you make other people feel very strong too in your life. And maybe you've been told that. Like, I think you make other people feel very strong. You're very generous and kind. But, be kind to yourself too, okay? And stop comparing yourself to others. This is the number one message here too, amongst all the other ones. But don't compare your journey with others. I think I've used this example before in a video, but I've used it in a few, I think, because it makes a lot of sense. But people are only posting on Facebook and Instagram the highlights of their life. So don't compare yourself to that. They're not posting the real story. They're not posting the full information or the full picture. You're only seeing highlights. Nobody posts about their bad day usually, or the fact that they're in debt, or the fact that they are feeling discouraged or frightened about something. No one's posting that. So it's easy to think that you're the only one feeling that way, when in fact, most people are feeling that at some point. Okay, so just be brave, be courageous, be strong, stick up for yourself too, okay? This is a big message for you guys. Stick up for yourself. Okay, it doesn't mean picking a fight, but, not backing down and not letting people intimidate you, okay? Being strong and being brave, okay? Let's do your charms group 3 and see. Are you group 3? Yeah, I think you're losing count already. Okay, so let's see what charms the lion wants you to see tonight. Okay, we have a Q, an O, a D, and an I. Okay, that might be significant to a few of you. We got a Capricorn charm. That might be significant to some of you. Okay. Some of you might be an earth sign. Okay. Yeah, so this is sort of all about, well, number one, speaking up for yourself. Number two, believing that you have, like, you can accomplish anything. This key is a big yes. In every reading, when I see it, I always think, like, it's a good indicator that the answer to your question is yes. Things will work out. You have the answers. So that's just a reminder there, okay? Side note, there's a lot of new romance showing up for a lot of you lately. Yeah, not letting the past get you down, not letting the past discourage you. Where did I put your cards? Here they are. I just want to sort of look at your cards again. You got the hope charm too, so being hopeful for the future, not like with the, you pulled some cards that sort of make me think like you might sometimes only focus on what could go wrong, but it just wants you to focus on what can go right and know that any obstacles that surface you can overcome because you've already overcome them. Like, remind yourself of how brave you've been and how strong you've already been to this point. You can continue doing that, and things will improve too. Like, as you start feeling more confident in yourself, those things won't seem so big. Does that make sense? Following your dreams too, your imagination, not letting people spoil your fun, the opinions of others spoil your fun. We have a camera here, so you know what? Let me hold the charms up to some of you. A viewer asked that I could show the charms more, so I'm going to start doing that. Just because, you know, I believe that these charms might have significance to certain people. There might be something here. But yeah, working hard towards your goal. Let me get my little pointer crochet hook. Yeah, being strong, working towards your goal. You've got two five of cups here, okay? So you might be really focusing on the wrong things. It wants you to sort of switch your outlook. 6 of Pentacles. And that's about generosity, which makes so much sense because you pulled the be generous of spirit. Okay, so that's how you treat others. I think you treat others very kindly, but also being kind to yourself, okay? And the star is having hope, okay? Very cool. Yeah, watching your words to yourself, okay? Be nicer. Like, don't speak so negatively about what could go wrong. Like, I know it's hard to do that. And as somebody with, like, pretty crippling anxiety for most of my 31 years of life, I get it. Like, I understand that it's easy to think about what could go wrong, but oftentimes, I wish I had my quote out. I need to start, like, writing down my quotes, but let me find it because it's worth waiting for. Bear with me here. Bear with me here. This is my little personal deck. Okay. Okay, well, I can't find it, but I want to find it, though. I hope you guys are not running out of patience. Okay, here it is. How many times have you felt like things were so out of control and everything worked out fine? Your anxious feelings aren't indicative of reality. So that means just because you're thinking something and you've imagined something going wrong doesn't mean that's what's going to happen. It just means that's what your thought is. These are your anxieties, okay? So be brave. Keep being brave. You are strong. Imagine your lion there with you, okay? Because it wants you to know that it's there, okay? You've got a lot, like, I mean, you've got a really powerful creature around you and a very brave creature. Okay, I wonder if some of you are Leos, okay? Because we've got the lion here. So maybe for a few of you, you're a fire sign. That would make a lot of sense, okay? So thank you so much for watching group 3. And if you have any comments or suggestions or requests, feel free to drop them in the comments. I try to get through everyone's comments. And thank you so much for watching, okay? Have a good day. Hi, group 4. So if you chose the little fluorite piece, this message is for you. That's the one I would have actually chosen. Okay, you got the bear. So I went through and grabbed the bears out of Jonna's deck and out of the Wildwood or Wild Unknown deck, pardon me. And I've got the Tarot Fauna. And we're going to pull you 3 tarot cards and a few other oracle cards, and then we'll see what the bear has to say to you. Look, there's bears here too. And that's the 2 of Pentacles. Okay. So finding balance might be very important for you. Finding some, oh wow, a lot of you have been having a lot of anxiety. And then 3 of Cups, very nice. Let's pull a few oracle cards. So releasing fear is going to be important for a lot of you, okay? To find some inner strength. The bear is a very strong animal. Friends, that makes sense with the Three of Cups. So, origins. Okay. Okay. Group 4. Just give me a minute here. So we'll start with this card. So for some of you, I'm getting 2 strong messages here, okay? Because of the nature of the bear here. The camera's shaking, I apologize. Okay, there we go. Because of the bear here, like this one says take time out. So I'm getting a sense for some of you, you need, you know what, it could be both. Let me explain. So I'm thinking that for a lot of you, you need to take a break. You need to rest, okay? Mentally too. Like I think a lot of you are carrying a lot of anxiety, day-to-day anxiety, fears about the future, fears about work, fears about money, fears about relationships. It really wants you to take some time out to relax and take care of yourself, okay? Because a lot of you are going through some sort of transformation. This could be causing some of the anxiety, okay? It's important for you to find balance, okay? Find balance and focusing on one thing at a time, okay? Awakening, okay? So the other message I'm getting for a lot of you, and it could be, you know, both could apply to you, is that you've been sort of hibernating and you've been hiding inside because of fear, okay? And it's easy to get like lethargic. Like you think of a bear hibernating, you think of like lethargic and feeling sort of like no energy. So it really wants you to get outside and spend time with friends that make you feel good, okay? Spend time in, you know, anyone that makes you feel good. Just be around people that give you energy and make you feel happy, okay? So go outside, get some fresh air, go for a walk, go to the park, you know, just take some deep breaths outside, clear your space too. So I do remember in Jonna's deck, I believe for this card, there was a point about cleaning your space out, okay? So a lot of you, I mean, we're in spring now and going into summer when I'm recording this. But yeah, it's really important to clear out things that are no longer serving you, objects. If you've heard of the KonMari method, that just came into my head. So that could be a message to some of you to try that method out. But it's just about getting rid of anything that no longer serves you or sparks joy, okay? So the bear really wants you, the bear that's around you wants you to look to him or her for comfort and strength. So imagine this bear beside you when you're feeling anxious, when you're feeling these anxieties. Imagine this bear beside you, comforting you and allowing you to take time to relax, okay? But not taking it too far that you're just sort of staying inside and not getting fresh air, okay? There's a nice balance there, which makes sense with the Two of Rocks. That could be what that balance is. So allowing yourself to rest, but not to just lay in bed all day feeling depressed, okay? There's a balance, okay? So, you know, find out what side you're on, okay? Some of you might not be resting enough. Some of you might be resting too much to the point where it's making you feel like lethargic and not motivated, okay? So find some balance, take a rest if you need to, but also get outside, okay? I know that seems contradictory. Both messages could apply to you, or one of you might be, you know, some of you might be on one end, some of you might be on the other end of sort of hibernating too much, okay? But it does, like, for a lot of you, taking a time out to focus on what makes you happy is going to be really important, and allowing yourself to just take a rest and take a mental rest, like I said. So, you know, realizing that right now you might not be able to face every anxiety that you have, so you might as well just accept it as it is, live in the moment, be in the moment, take some deep breaths. I keep getting a message to breathe for you guys. Take some deep breaths, okay? So let's do one right now just for fun. So I know half of you probably didn't do that with me, but I needed to remember to breathe, okay? So take a deep breath, relax. You know, the other morning I woke up and I just woke up with anxiety for no reason. I think it was 5 a.m. and I just felt anxious. So as soon as I took a deep breath, 3 deep breaths, like 3 good deep breaths, I felt completely different. So it's true that breathing can actually make a huge difference, okay? Okay, let me make sure I'm not missing anything else here. Friends, yeah, be with people that make you happy. Remember your roots here. Transform and caution. You know, the caution just reminds me of finding that balance and knowing which end you're on, okay? So it's going to be important for a lot of you to take a rest because you might be doing too much. And for those of you that are feeling sort of like lethargic and non-energetic, just get outside, okay? So these messages actually both can apply. But sort of right now, it's going to just be really important for self-care for you guys, okay? And, I got the message with the book here about clearing out your space, okay? So let's see what your quote is. When we fall asleep, we withdraw our awareness from its hypnotic fascination with physical sensation, thereby enabling us to listen with our now awakening sixth sense, okay? Wow. Thank you, Henry Reed, for that. That's intense. So yeah, I know for some of you that might have been confusing, but I think for a lot of you understand what I'm trying to say here. So let me know in the comments if that made sense. Because I think, if this reading is for you, it's going to resonate. It's going to click. It's going to make sense. And for those of you that doesn't, it might not be for you. And maybe another crystal was for you. Okay, so let's look at your charms. Whoa. Okay, so yeah, this is interesting because a lot of you are taking on too much, and a lot of you, we got the home charm, are sort of hibernating and hiding and feeling sort of like scared to get out there. So it's gonna, you're gonna have to figure out where you fall in that. And again, both could apply to you. Yeah, being patient. There's some charms here about your fears, okay? So, again, not letting your fears overwhelm you. Not letting your anxieties overwhelm you. Remember to take a breath. Okay. I just wanted to raise the charms so you guys can see. Remember, too, that things have cycles. Emotions have cycles. How many times have you been anxious before and then you weren't, right? So it's easy to get lost in where you are when you're feeling anxious. But remember, you got the brave charm. Okay, so be brave. A lot of you might be feeling sort of emotionally unavailable to be with friends right now. But you know what? I think we've all been there. So just be around people that don't make you feel pressured, okay? Got the mouse. So a lot of you are sort of hiding. Again, like there's a lot of sense of like hiding inside, but it's telling you to, got the Three of Cups essentially here too. So, that's your second Three of Cups symbol, okay? And then again, you've got symbols of taking a rest, okay? Very interesting. But then active too. So there's two very clear messages here, and I think you'll know which one you fall under, okay? And if you saw any charms that you feel like are for you, feel free to take that message. You guys can participate and sort of read charms. Like this doll, this is from a Cracker Jack box from like way before I was born. And I look at this as like comfort, doing things that make you feel comforted. Comforted, is that a word? Yeah, it is. Okay. Love. Okay, yeah, focusing on the people that love you and that you love. Not pressuring yourself, not rushing yourself, realizing that the sun will come out, okay? So if you're feeling like you're in an anxious period right now, remember that clarity will come, okay? And you're going to be very happy that you were as strong as you are being, because the bear is a very strong creature, and it's around you. It wants you to feel that bravery and that strength. I think you guys should go watch which one was it? Oh my gosh, sorry. Number 3, okay? Watch number 3, because we've got a charm here that I just got the message. So if you're watching this number 4, go back a few minutes there and watch number 3, okay? There's a message there for you as well. Maybe you chose group 3 as well, because I did, mention, I think a lot of you need to watch number 3, okay? Okay, group 4, thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments or suggestions for future videos, I'd love to hear it. I love your comments so much. You guys are amazing. Be strong. You guys got this. You guys are brave. Okay? Keep being brave. Have a good night, guys. Hi, group 5. So if you chose the Rainbow Moonstone, this message is for you. Let's see what animal you got, and then we'll do your tarot cards. So you have the owl. So I went through and grabbed the owls out of the Animal Spirit deck and Jonna's Higher Intuitions deck. Okay, Wisdom. Okay, so you can see clearly now. So when you see, you think of an owl, you think of wisdom. Oh my gosh, look at that. I love synchronicity. Look what just flew out. Love it. And another just flew out of the deck. You know, guys, sometimes things happen and it just sort of proves to me how intensely real tarot is. Like, I just love it. Okay, so let's see what the owl that is hanging. Now, owls are one of my favorites. I love owls. I went through an owl phase there where anything owl I was collecting. I think I had an entire owl bedroom. So I love owls. I think that's awesome. Okay, so for a lot of you, you might be going through information overload. Let me just adjust this for you. The camera's shaking quite a bit tonight. Let me just steady it there. Okay, so a lot of you are going through information overload and you can't rest your mind, okay? Some of you might be overthinking things, okay? So the owl wants you to follow your intuition, okay? It's just reminding you that you're smart and you're wise and you need to do what feels right for you, okay? You have a strong intuition. For a lot of you, side note, this might apply to some of you, you might be having some psychic experiences, okay? And the owl wants you to know that this is not your imagination. This is real. These things happening to you, don't be frightened of them. Like, that's a cool thing. Like, you being intuitive and keen to these things is a good thing. This is really cool. Okay? There is a message here to get some rest and have, like, sleep, okay? Some of you might be staying up too late. I don't know what time I'm uploading this, but maybe it's too late. Like, it just wants you to take some time because a lot of you might be like night owls, right? You know that term, night owls. So it's just telling you to make sure you get some rest as well. Okay. If you are feeling like you're having psychic abilities, maybe go check out my psychic abilities video to find out sort of what kind of psychic abilities that you have. Okay. Let me see here. Okay, so I think you guys have a strong sense about people and you guys are empaths, okay? So people really affect you. And I think that you see the truth where other people don't. You see the truth about a situation. You see the truth about people when you meet them. So you might get a strong sense when you meet somebody like something isn't right, or you get a strong sense of like comfort with them. So you have a very intuitive and you're very smart. Like, friends might come to you for advice. Friends might ask you about, you know, what you would do in a situation. I think you're an excellent secret keeper, and people really appreciate that too. And don't lose that quality. That's a good thing. A lot of you are old souls. Like, you've got this wisdom about you, and you don't say, like, you're the kind of person that might not say it out loud, but you're thinking things in certain situations, and like, you just got this deep mind that no one even really knows about. It's very interesting. You might have claircognizance. So I bet you, if you go over to that video, I bet you that's the pile you're going to pick is claircognizance. Okay? But, you know, there's a sense here of not letting your thoughts overwhelm you. I think because you are, like, you're an empath, you take on way too much. You take on other people's emotions, other people's like opinions really affect you, other people's actions really affect you, because it sort of flabbergasts you. Like, sometimes you're like, how could you have done that? Like, how could you be acting that way? So it sometimes just boggles your mind and it stresses you out. So don't let, you know, there's that quote, I think I've used it before, but not my circus, not my monkeys. So other people acting up, don't take that on because you're too smart, okay? But yeah, remember to take time to relax and do things you enjoy with friends, okay? Because friends really do enjoy being around you. Your friends love you. And people in general love you when they meet you. They find you very wise. Yeah. Watch out for people just affecting you. Like, don't let people's negativity like bog you down or affect you too much. Okay, I know it's hard to do that, but adventure time. Let's do one more here. The Knight. Yeah, you've got some heavy intuition and magic about you. You're a very magical person. Okay, and the Knight too, I mean, makes sense, right? Night owl, right? So find comfort in the night where the world switches off and the stars burn bright. So maybe that's why you stay up late. You find comfort and peace in the night. You like it when everyone's just sort of peaceful and the streets are quiet and everyone's... I think you get a strong sense about when things aren't right. Okay, the caution, so you might get a very strong intuitive hit when something just doesn't feel quite right. Time. It says, embrace the dewdrops of life before they disappear in the morning sun. Okay, so that's again, like, before the morning sun. So it's message of like night. You guys really, I think, like doing your thing at night. Adventure, live wild and free. So a lot of you are quite adventurous, like, and you've got all these thoughts and imagination, like all this imagination of things that you want to do, but you might just overwhelm yourself too sometimes. Okay, Queen of Feathers. So that makes a lot of sense. Just sort of finding clarity and, you know, focusing on one thing at a time and being sort of on top of your thoughts and being powerful. Yeah, and not letting other people affect you, okay? Not taking on so much of other people's bad behavior or rude behavior, whatever the case may be, okay? But you're smart. I mean, I think you're psychic and you know it. You've been having these intuitive things. You might be having like all these experiences that make you think like, oh my gosh, I think I'm psychic, okay? Let's read your quote from Jonna's deck here. It says, "A wise old owl lived in an oak. The more he saw, the less he spoke. The less he spoke, the more he heard. Why can't we all be like that wise old?" Yeah, did I read that way? Why can't we all be like that wise old? And that's an unknown quote. That's interesting because that's sort of like what I said, like the more he saw, the less he spoke. So you guys see a lot and you don't speak, right? Like you absorb it. And people don't realize how much you see, if that makes sense. Like people think they can run a fast one past you and you don't. Like you notice. You see what other people miss. You're very, very smart and very intuitive, and you guys got magic about you. You guys are super interesting. So if that resonated, group 5, I keep forgetting what numbers everyone is, but group 5, if that resonated, let me know in the comments. You guys sound super fascinating and interesting. Almost forgot your charms. How could I forget? Charmed intuition, what are you doing? Let's see what the owl has to say. Almost forgot your charms. How could I? Okay. Yeah, old soul for sure. You guys are way well beyond your years. Time, you pulled 2 times. So yeah, you guys are an old soul of a lot of wisdom. People just enjoy being around you. You're very loyal, excellent secret keeper, like I said, with the tea. Sort of makes me think of like friends sharing tea and stories and just like a strong, close bond there, okay? You're very creative and imaginative. Yeah, you like sort of being at home with the comforts of home. So we've got the wine bottle next to the dog, and the dog means loyalty, but it also just sort of just means, I think of it like if you have a pet, like just the comforts of home are very important to you. Okay, you've got a very strong imagination. I'm just going to hold this up for you guys. A lot of you might be particularly, just so you can see these, a lot of you might be particularly creative, very, very creative, because you have such an imagination and a deep world in your mind that nobody even knows. Yeah, you guys are fascinating. The G and an I, in case that's significant to any of you, could be any number of things. You guys are very funny too, and I think that sort of comes from your, you know, how your mind works and your deep thinking. Like you guys are probably very witty as well, and people, you know, you like to laugh. You like to sort of keep things light sometimes because you're such a deep thinker. It's really nice. Like you might really enjoy watching like funny movies and just sort of letting loose because you're always so, like your mind's always going. So watching like a funny movie or a show is sometimes like a break for you, or just like laughing with friends, okay? So group 5, let me know in the comments if this resonated. You guys sound super cool, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much. Hi, group 6. So if you chose the strawberry quartz, this message is for you. Let's see what animal you got. So you got the elephant spirit, okay? So I went through the higher intuitions deck and grabbed the elephant from there. It says go the extra mile, and then we've got the elephant from the wild unknown, okay? And then we've got the tarot fauna here for some additional messages. So you've got go the extra mile and learn from the past, okay? So a lot of you might be sort of stuck right now feeling, oh, got some jumpers here. Okay, Knight of Feathers, Wheel of Fortune, 5 of Torches, okay. I have the urge to pull one more here for you guys. 2 of Rocks, and one more, why not? The Hermit, okay. Okay, so I think a lot of you are anxious about the past, okay? You're having trouble moving forward, okay? So the elephant spirit just wants you to know right now to focus on the future, okay? Focus on the happy memories and don't dwell so much on the negative ones. And I know that's hard, but learning from the past and allowing it to help you grow in the future is going to be something really good for yourself. Cleanse, okay? So letting go of the past, cleansing yourself of other people's. I think forgiveness is an issue for some of you. Maybe there's something it's been bothering you, something maybe somebody said or did that it's holding you back, okay? So I just want to quickly talk about forgiveness, okay? Because forgiving others isn't about them. It doesn't excuse what they did. It doesn't make what they did right. It's about you, okay? So it's a gift to yourself. And I know that sounds kind of crazy, but just hear me out, okay? Because it's not about them. Forgiving them allows you to move forward. It allows you to live your life without feeling pain that they caused, okay? It doesn't mean you have to be friends with them or be with them again or even connect with them ever again, but it just allows you to move forward and not let them control your life anymore. And a lot of you might be having trouble balancing that right now, and I think you guys are doing a lot of internal thinking right now and overthinking too, okay? Path. Wander on a path less traveled. What you find might surprise you, okay? Woods. Be calm, soothing, mysterious, and full of life. And then, yeah, I think a lot of you are worried about the future, but the elephant spirit that's around you wants you to know that it's going to destroy any obstacles that are in your way. Let's read the quote from the Higher Intuitions book here, okay? So we've got, the purpose of life is not to be happy, but to matter, to be productive, to be useful, to have it make some difference that you have lived it all, okay? So I think a lot of us are so dwelled on being happy that even when their happy things happen, like, I know that's, I hope I'm making sense, but like, if you're so focused on being happy all the time, oftentimes when those things happen, you miss them. Because, just as an example, have you ever had something like an event you were dwelling on and you didn't want to go and you were sort of like, oh my gosh, this sounds horrible, and then you went and it actually was fun? And then on the other side, you had something you were really looking forward to and you built it up so much in your head that it ended up kind of not sort of meeting your expectations. So that's just about going into any situation just open to what's going to happen and sort of just letting it sort of unfold the way it unfolds, okay? I think a lot of you have definitely let people affect you, like conflicts affect you, okay? But, you know, there's a strong message here about focusing on who makes you happy, okay? Focusing on the people that you have now that you really enjoy and finding balance there, okay? A lot of you, you know, might have dealt with somebody that said some really mean, sort of sharp things. But it's just telling you, like, let them go. Like, it's their issues and don't give them any more power, okay? And for some of you, it might be a big thing. For some of you, it might just be a small thing. Like something someone said that you're like, oh my gosh, that was kind of rude. Like, or just experiences in general that you've been through that you're letting hold you back. Okay, let's see what the charms say. I think a lot of you are just sort of feeling stuck. So the elephant's there to just help you charge forward and just focus on the people that make you feel warm and happy. Okay, lots of charms here. Okay, so music might be important to some of you. You have a U and a G. And a Q. Huh, interesting. That might be significant to one or two of you or a lot of you. Could be a location, a name. Okay, we have, yeah, like not letting go of the past, something you're holding on to. Okay, relying on friends. The teapot sort of makes me think of like sharing with friends, doing things that bring you comfort. Seeing things from a new perspective. So that's really important about forgiveness, okay? So seeing things from a whole new light. Okay, being more optimistic about the future, not being scared of the future, not letting other people's opinions hold you back. Okay, you've got an angel charm here too, so that always just makes me think that there's someone in particular, maybe a loved one who's passed that is sort of with you right now and just wanting you to really do what's best for you. Like, move forward and be optimistic about the future is what I'm getting here. World, okay? So realizing that anything that you want, you can achieve. Having faith, you got the faith charm. A lot of symbols here of like comforting, self-comforting. I've got the owl here. So you're very smart, and as are elephants, like very, very wise, smart animals, very excellent memories, and I think that's part of the problem, right? Not being able to move away from the past is just because you hold on to these memories. Okay? But, you know, seeing things from a different perspective and realizing that anything that happened in the past says more about the other person than it does about you. And you're a good person, and I think like you are so caring and so good to family and so loyal that maybe you take things extra personally, and it's just telling you not to, okay? Okay. Yeah, Ace of Swords, so that's new perspective, new train, like, you know, new train of thoughts here. It is telling you to have hope and faith, okay? So maybe there's something in your head right now that you're thinking of, and it's telling you, this guardian angel is telling you to have hope and faith about something. And I'm getting the message here to pull an extra message for you guys from a different deck. So one second. You guys are the only ones that this has happened for, so let's see what this has to say. This could just be a message from that particular guardian angel. Surrender to the divine. Oh, wow. A personal issue reaches resolution. So whatever this issue is sort of going to be done now. It's going to be done with. You're going to be able to move forward, okay? Believe in the impossible. So, you know, believing that you can achieve whatever this goal is that you might have, okay? Nothing will come of this situation. Okay, interesting. So a lot of you might be sort of fearing something is going to happen, and it's just telling you that, like, nothing bad is going to happen here. Like, believe in the impossible, personal. So something's being resolved here. They're telling you to let go of something from the past, okay? There's something in particular, and it doesn't mean that you forgive. If it's, you know, for some of you, if it's a person that let you down, it doesn't mean that you want to hang out with them or be their friend, but it means you're just letting it go. You're going to move forward as best you can. It doesn't mean you won't think about it anymore, but you're going to just do your best to move forward and not let it create any more stress on you anymore, okay? Okay, group 6, thank you so much for watching. Yeah, you had a few extra messages in there for you guys, so that's interesting. So thank you so much for watching. Comment down below if you enjoyed this video, if it resonated. I love reading your comments so much, okay? And we'll see you next time. Have a good night. Bye. Hi, group 7. So if you chose the Tiger's Eye crystal, this message is for you. So I've got your tarot cards here, the charms. I've got the little Higher Intuitions guidebook here, and let's show you your animals. So you guys got the dolphin. So I went through the other decks and pulled out every dolphin I could find just to show you more imagery and get some extra messages. So we've got keep breathing and this and that are true. Let's just see what your tarot cards have to say. So obviously there's a message here to breathe, okay? Keep breathing. So a lot of you might be having panic attacks or anxiety sometimes. So I just want you to take a deep breath. Okay, very interesting. Okay, so right now it wants you to breathe and do some meditation. Focus on deep breathing, holding and releasing your breath, calming down. There's also a strong message to be around water right now, okay? Because with the dolphin and the water here, so a beach, a pool, like a relaxing bath even, like anything that's going to relax you, something about water, you might be a water sign. Okay, yeah, but meditation. I got the message to box breathe here. So box breathing, what it is, so find an object that's either rectangle or square that you can see in your room right now. Start at one corner, breathe in, go to the next corner, breathe out, next corner, breathe in. So use each corner of the box or rectangle to control your breathing and just focus on that, okay? So when you're having anxiety or panic, that's one thing to try. That was just a little message that I got. Let's see what your little oracle cards have to say. But yeah, it really wants you to do things that make you feel good. Dolphins are really healing creatures too, okay? So yeah, doing things that really relax and heal you. Being around water is a big message here. I think they're wanting you to heal. And I think you're very healing too to others. I think maybe you've heard that, like people really find calmness in you, and maybe you underestimate how calming you are to others. So with the this and that our true card, it makes me think like you're having trouble finding a middle ground on something, and you might sort of catastrophize. So you might think always the things aren't going to work out, okay? And you're always sort of on guard. You're always sort of not resting because you're always on guard and sort of watching out for something to happen. Okay? But it's telling you can rest, okay? Like, yeah, but people really appreciate you with that Six of Wands there. And you're so much fun. I think people have so much fun being around you. And the dolphin, you know, dolphin spirit is just telling you sort of focus on what could go right and not what can go wrong. Because they're very, like, optimistic, cute creatures. Dance. Wow, I think you're the third group that pulled that card tonight. So allow yourself some fun each day, just as the sun dances with the moon each night. So allowing yourself to have fun. That's just sort of adventure. Live wild and free. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, you know, it's really wanting you to just follow your passion and have fun. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Okay, I'm going to take as many of these as I can. We've got resilient, friends, so be with friends. You're strong, it says. Let's see what these ones are that fell across the room here. Change. Okay, so there's some changes coming in. Kindness. And dolphins are so kind and sweet. You know, when you think of a dolphin, they just look so smiley and sweet. And it's just sort of that message about being playful and lighthearted and not thinking so much about like negative situations. There's always something positive about any situation for the most part, okay? There's usually something that you can gain from it. Maybe not right away, but when you look back, things make more sense, okay? So let me make sure I'm not missing anything. This one's pretty straightforward. I think it really wants you to focus on breathing. There's a message of the water, okay? Being around water. Maybe the beach is very important to you. Or like being around the pool. Like being around water is big here, okay? Being sort of free. Being like lighthearted and fun and following what makes you feel free and happy. Finding balance too in your thoughts and in your mind and realizing that people really look up to you and enjoy being with you and they find you quite calming. But yeah, not being so on guard, not feeling like everything's going to go wrong, okay? Focus on more what can go right. Be optimistic. Like look at the colors here in all of these decks. Like it just sort of makes me think of like optimism and happiness and good things happening. So maybe the dolphins around you to tell you that sort of things are going to go well for you. Let's see what the message is here. So focusing on the act of breathing clears the mind of all daily distractions and clears our energy and enabling us to better connect with the spirit within. Okay, so that's why this one says keep breathing. Okay, so breathing is important. It actually is. I explained in another video how one time I woke up with pretty bad anxiety and I just focused on my breathing for just literally 3 breaths and I felt better. I felt clearer. I just felt calmer. So breathing really does make a difference. So let's see what charms the dolphin wants you to see. I'm just going to fix my camera up here a bit. It's a little bit unsteady there. There we go. Here we are. Thank you, group 7. Okay, let's see what your charms are. Okay, group 7. Oh, interesting. We have a Taurus here. That could apply to some of you. We've got an A, a K, and an E. That could be significant for a few of you. Yeah, be gentle. You got a lot of abundance coming. I think for you guys in particular, a lot of good things are coming, okay? A lot of new passions and excitement. A new love for some of you. There's something about music here with the song charm. Yeah, lots of like good luck, okay? Like you got good here. Focusing in on the good. Okay, you got the focus charm, so focusing in on what makes you happy. Symbols of transformation. You've got the 5 of Cups, so not dwelling on what went wrong and focusing on what goes right. Letting go of past pain. Not letting your emotions overwhelm you. Giving it time. Okay, so maybe some of your anxiety sort of stems from things that happened before or worrying too much about the future. Yeah, so the this and that card sort of reminds me of like, of sort of being open to the fact that not everything you think is real. Not all of your anxieties are real, okay? Usually they're way, way, way less than you've imagined them. And I have to read you the other message that I read for the other group here. Okay, because it's important. Okay, here we go. How many times have you felt like things were out of control and then everything worked out fine? Your anxious feelings aren't indicative of reality. So I can't remember what group needed to hear that, but you guys need to as well, okay? So a lot of you are experiencing anxiety. Maybe you're going through some pretty significant changes, like life changes. Maybe some of you are moving or ending a relationship with somebody, and that's causing this anxiety, but it just wants you to keep going and remember that there's like positive opportunities now coming and opening up to you, okay? There's lots you can build on here too. Okay, travel too. Travel's coming up for some of you. Maybe you have a trip planned. Okay, there's new money opportunities coming because the quarter is sort of about new opportunities. It also has the boat on it, so keep swimming, keep moving forward. Okay, very cool. So group 7, for you, breathing is very, very important. Meditation, focusing on your breathing, and taking time to relax, being around water, taking a bath if you can, enjoying things that make you happy, healing. People really enjoy you because you're healing to them, but don't forget to take care of yourself as well, okay? And find a middle ground, like find sort of a balance. There's that sense of balance there with your cards too. And don't think that everything's going to go right. Start thinking about what could go, or stop thinking things are going to go wrong. Start thinking things can go right, okay? So start sort of changing your self-talk. Yeah, remember, like in negative situations, there's always a silver lining, okay? There's always something that can be learned out of it, or something, it might lead to something better. And yeah, just be playful, lighthearted, have some fun, okay? Okay, and be yourself too. Be yourself is another message, okay? So group 7, if you enjoyed that reading, please let me know in the comments. I love your comments so much, and we'll see you next time. Have a good night. Bye.